session, what we have discussed, we have created the chart of accounts. So under the chart of accounts, so three types of chart of accounts are there. One is a operational chart of accounts, another one is a group chart of accounts, and another one is a country specific chart of accounts. So we had a discussion about these three topics in the last session, and we have discussed also in detail about them. So now let us start the discussion of the. Okay, so then after completion of the chart of accounts, then there is a one configuration which we must have to do. So that is the retained earnings account. Define retained earnings account. So what is the retained earnings account and for what purpose we would require to define this one? Okay, so first let us do the configuration. Then I will explain you the what is the business need. Wait, go to the path SPRO ING. So now financial accounting, financial account, general ledger accounting, master data preparations. Okay, now you can see here define retained earnings account. So now what is our chart of accounts? Yeah. JDAL operating chart of accounts of. So now here, so now, okay, first let me do the configuration. Here I'll give instead of EX, okay, we can give even A, B, whatever it may be, but I will let you know. Okay, till now, remember this warning message which is giving because we have not yet created any GL account at this moment. Okay, first let me create the GL account. I mean, retained earnings account. So, okay, then moving to our discussion. So now, first of all, what is the purpose of the retained earnings account? Okay, so the retained earnings account is a nature of reserves of the GL account. Okay, okay, which capture the, I mean, what is going to happen? The retained earnings account, it will have all your previous account, I mean, all your previous year related. Okay, so the profit and loss account related information will be available in that retained earnings account. Okay, so the retained earnings account, first thing is a, let me maintain the points. So point number one is a the retained earnings account is a, okay, first of all, it's a balance sheet account, balance sheet and liability account. Remember. Then the second thing is that which we can use for to capture the previous year P&L account. Okay, I will give the example. Profit and loss related. Okay, then P&L account related information, which we are going to use this one. Okay, then profit and loss, P&L account, results P&L account. Profit and loss results in current year. Then, okay, then what is the example of that one? Okay, so now the second thing is that you need to understand for each and every business organization, we can create or we can have one or two retained earnings account for each and every business organization. We will have one or two. See, one or two. I'll put it. This one is important point here. This one is a one or two retained earnings account. One or two retained earnings accounts. Okay, then if I will have a one or two if I have multiple retained earnings accounts, okay, what will happen? Now, okay, now what we have done in the system, we have done configuration only one retained earnings account. But now, if I would require is a multiple retained earnings account, what will happen and what will be the business impact? Okay, we need to understand that one. That is the reason I just mentioned here one or two retained earnings account. Okay, now let us think about the scenario. Okay, now I have only one retained earnings account. Okay, so now as I mentioned here, it's a P&L account, profit and loss related information, which is going to, which we can use to capture that one. Now let us think about, okay, I have a one retained earnings account, one retained earnings account. Okay, then we'll take the same, then I'll put it here. If I have the one, if I have the two, what will be the impact? Two retained earnings accounts. Then let us think about the one. Okay, now I want to enter. Now we want to enter a vendor invoice, or we want to record it. Okay, we want to record the vendor invoice or vendor expenses. Okay, to enter the salaries or admin expenses information. Admin expenses invoice. I'll put it straightforward. Now what we will do, then we need to enter the document date. Okay, document date, then the posting date, document date, posting date, company code. Then at the same time, okay, we may require some, some other information. Okay, so now what is the amount, currency. Okay, so this is the minimum information which we required to enter a document in the system. Then what we'll do here, let us think about the 13/23. So the same date will be applicable. Company code Z0IN, amount. Let us think about, then currency is a IN. So in this situation, if we will have the one retained earnings account, remember, no need to select retained earnings account. I'll put it here. Note, if we will have one retained earnings account, no need to key any no need to key any GL account. I mean any retained earnings account at the time of document entry. Okay, so now I am trying to enter a document in the system. If I have the one retained earnings account, what system does is a system automatically it will pick up the retained earnings account from the backend, then it will record the business transactions in that retained earnings account. Let us think about the scenario. Now I have the two retained earnings account. Okay, so now I have the two retained earnings account. Okay, so now what we need to do? So if I have the two retained earnings account, I must have to instruct it to the system, okay, to which GL account, I mean to which retained earnings account, the information need to pass. Okay, if we will have the two retained earnings account, understand this is the interview question also. Okay, if we have the two retained earnings account, okay, then we must have to specify, we must have to key we must have to key the we must have to key retained earnings account. I mean, we must have to key retained earnings account to which we want to post to the or to which we want to post the document. Post the document into the system. Post to the document. So now, so the difference between if we have a one retained earnings account, the system automatically it will consider the backend, it will post. Okay, no need to specify anything. If there will be a requirement, we have a multiple retained earnings accounts, then we must have to select the retained earnings account at the time of posting. Then we must have to feed that information into the system. Remember, that is the reason SAP also suggested that do not go for the multiple retained earnings account. Okay, keep it only one retained earnings account. This is fine. Okay, now, so what is the need of the retained earnings account, which I mean, which should be there in for our legal entity. Let us think about the scenario, the same information. Okay, so I will give you the need of the, I will put it here. What is the importance? What is the purpose? I'll put it like this. What is the purpose of retained earnings account? Purpose. We need to understand, right? What is the purpose? Without knowing this one, okay. Configuration, everybody will do that one. Okay. So now I'll take the same example. Then what will happen here? Okay. So there is a 10,000 rupees which we have posted. The expenses related, I mean, office administration related expenses. From this 10,000 rupees, what we have done? Okay, we just made a payment is a 5,000 rupees. Let us think about on 20th of May. Okay, we made a payment. We made a payment. Let us think about is it 7,000 rupees. Okay, so still what still the balance is a 3,000 rupees is pending. We have to make the payment 3,000 rupees. Then what will happen? So the pending, okay, yet to make the payment, I'll put it here. Yet to clear 3,000 rupees. 3,000. Okay, yet to clear payment. Then what will happen? This will be cleared. Let us assume, okay, now our financial year is a from April to March. let us think about. So now the next payment which we are going to made 10th of April, 10th of April to 24. So in this situation, you can see here the balance which we are going to make the payment is it the 10,000 rupee. I mean, 3,000 will be we are making upcoming year, not the current year. Okay, or else okay. Let us think about the scenario. You just forget about this one. Now this 3,000 rupees which is open balance at this moment for this invoice, on behalf of this invoice, still the open balance which is there. For upcoming year, while preparing the balance sheet, we must and should know what are the opening balances which are there into my profit and loss account. Okay, now I do not want to carry this information. Okay, for this vendor, I mean for this expenses 10,000 has been posted. Okay, for this one again 7,000 we made a payment, still 3,000 rupees pending. Okay, no need to carry this to, I mean, this information. Only I need to carry forward the opening balances of the okay previous year. Okay, now whenever I am preparing my balance sheet, okay, now I want to carry forward this opening balance, the 3,000 to the next financial year. Okay, that is the purpose we would require is a retained earnings account. Okay, this is the purpose and this is the logic behind that. Okay, so why we would require is a retained earnings account. Then going back, once the retained earnings account will be done, then what additional configuration we have? Okay. So now the next one is the tolerance groups. Okay, so what is meant by tolerance groups? How it will be used in a business organization? Fine. So now tolerance groups for the employee. Okay, first of all, we need to understand what is meant by the tolerance groups. So let us assume now we have a X person in my organization. Okay, both will be the same. So the tolerance groups for employee, tolerance groups for the GL account. Okay, so now if you maintain some amount tolerance groups level, that is, I mean, some what is the outgoing amount or what is the minimum amount, then that is fine. Otherwise, what we will call it as we will call it as a null tolerance groups. Okay, we will discuss about that one. Okay, now first thing is that the tolerance groups are maintained at company code level. So meaning that for each and every company code must and should be maintained the tolerance groups. Okay, then if any tolerance groups maintain, okay, as I mentioned, without a number or without value, that is going to called as a okay null tolerance groups. Okay, but let us see that one. Then let me go here. I'll put it here is a tolerance groups will be maintained at company code level. Okay, company code level, and it is a mandatory configuration step for each and every company code. Without this, the system will not allow users to okay to post any business transaction. Okay, first let us understand. Then the tolerance limits are the controls. The tolerance limits are the controls at user level. Now let us think about the same scenario. Okay, now the X person, X user is trying to okay first of all X user is a accountant or a end user. Okay, he is trying to post a business. Okay, he's trying to post a expense information into system, but he should have an authorization. Remember, this is important. He should have an authorization up to 10,000 rupees. Remember, in case if the user, in case if the user will try to enter more than 10,000, the system should not allow user to post to the document. So meaning that is what I just mentioned. Tolerance limits are the controls for each and every business organization. If the document value will be a beyond the 10,000 rupees, then what it needs to get approved by the manager, or first of all, this person should not have the authorization, okay, to post the document. Then that needs to post by the some other person. Maybe this person is a user. Okay, so now the next level person will be a manager, or okay, his team lead kind of person. Okay, whoever is the authorized person, they can able to post the document into the system. Okay, so that is the reason the tolerance groups of employees, okay, and tolerance group of the GL accounts, tolerance groups of the vendors, tolerance groups of the customers. Okay, everywhere the tolerance groups are mandatory for each and every, okay, submodule. Okay, this is the reason we must have to do the configuration for the tolerance groups. Okay, then how we can, as I mentioned here, in case if we will maintain information at tolerance groups, then that is well and good. Otherwise, if we are not going to maintain, okay, without providing, okay, group number, okay, group number and values, so inside of the tolerance groups, that we are going to call it as a null tolerance groups. Okay, let us see that how we will do the configuration. Then GL accounts, then financial accounting, new financial accounting, global settings, then document, then to here tolerance groups. You can see tolerance group of the employees. So as I mentioned here, please do not maintain any tolerance groups. If you maintain tolerance groups, what will happen? Okay, the group you must have to assign wherever the users are going to work. So that is the reason you can see here, no one has maintained the group. Okay, so now that is the reason, just leave it blank, the group, the company code Z0IN. So amount of the document, okay, that is what I was mentioned, right? If you key some, if the user will have only the authorization 10,000 limit, then we will maintain the 10,000 rupees limit. Then here let me give the 10%. So now the discount amount, okay, what if it is a, when the user is trying to post some invoice some expenses information, the discount, he can able to provide the discount up to, okay, up to this percent. Okay, if it is a beyond that, then the system should not allow users. So now what we can do, let me do the configuration. Somebody has maintained a tolerance groups, but this is not required. JDSG. Then going back, assignment does not require. Okay, so now let me go back to the tolerance groups for the, okay, tolerance groups for the GL account. General ledger accounting, again financial accounting, general ledger accounting new, and business transactions, one item clearing, then define posting keys, then clearing differences, define tolerance groups for the GL accounts. Then here also you can see here, okay, the company code only Z0 IN. Just leave it, just save it. That's it. Then Z0 then okay. So I just have entered. I mean, name it's optional for you. If you want, you can enter it. Okay. Now tolerance groups we have done the configuration. So now the next one would be a next one tolerance groups for employee, tolerance groups for the GL account. Okay, here already it is there. So tolerance groups of the GL account also we have already seen. So now the next one is that document types. Document types and number. Yes, sir. Okay. So for we need to understand. So now we are posting a different kind of documents into the system. Okay. First of all, what is the purpose of the document type? The document types are used to identify the nature of business transactions or to classify the business transactions. I'll put it like this. The document types, used to identify identify of identify of business transactions or to classify the business transactions. Okay, now what is meant by classification? Okay, now if I would say every day, okay, now I'm performing multiple activities in my business organization. I'm doing some purchases, I'm performing sales activities, and I'm performing some payments, vendor payments, as well as some tax related payments. Okay, so then bank to bank transfer payments, and also at the same time I'm acquiring some assets, fixed assets. For them I'm performing depreciation, and also I'm posting some adjustment related entries. How we can classify the business transaction? Which one is relevant for your GL account? Which one is relevant for your vendor? Which one is relevant for your customer? I mean, which one is relevant for your fixed assets? How you can able to classify your business transactions? Okay, in order to classify them, we have a concept call it as a document types in SAP system. Okay, so as I mentioned, okay, so the document type, okay, by using the document type, we can post, I mean, first of all, we will classify the documents. Okay, then the n number of standard SAP document types. Okay, with, I mean, n number of standard document types which are provided by SAP system. Okay, if there is a I mean, if those document types will be sufficient for your requirement, that is a well and good. You can use them. In case if there will be a specific requirement for your client, even you can create the new document types. Okay, so now each and every document will be associated with a number range. Okay, so now remember each and every document type must associated, I'll mention, must be associated with a number range. Number range. Okay, what exactly the number range does? Okay, we will discuss about that one. Okay, first we need to discuss about controls. What are the controls are there at document type controls? We need to understand what exactly the document type will get control. Okay, first, as I mentioned, the point number one, it is going to control document number range. Document number range. I will show you. Okay, once this will be done, then reversal document. Let me open the system. Okay. Reversal document, then account types allowed. I mean, which account types allowed? So now we have seen there are different kind of account types. Okay, when we have configured for the open and closed posting periods for a company code, then there were multiple account types. We'll see that one. Okay, so the system is going to control the account types, then net document type to be allowed. Net document types allowed. Then customer vendor check. Customer vendor check. Okay. Then negative postings control for the controls negative postings. Control for the negative postings permitted in case. Then intercompany postings. Remember intercompany postings. Then inter-trading partner. Okay, intercompany postings, inter-trading partner. Then reference number. Reference number and document header text. Document header text. Okay, required or not? Required or not during document entry. Document entry. Okay. So now default exchange rate type. Okay, for foreign exchange. Okay, so at the same, so these are the minimum controls to be required at document level. I mean, document type will get control. Then now let us go back and see the document type. Document type /n OBES7 is the transaction code. You can see here the standard SAP has been delivered 51 document types. Okay, based on the needs. Now you can see here where the document type which is starting with A, this document type will be used only for at the time of asset account. I mean only for asset accounting. Then if you can see here, this wherever you can see here D, this document type will be used for only for customer related transaction. Okay, when you are performing customer related. Now where you can see starting with the K, this will be used for your vendor related business transactions. Okay, likewise. So there are multiple document types. Okay, now somebody has created, you can see here X1, X2. Okay, this X1, just ignore these two. Okay, now Z, wherever it is going to start with Z. Okay, so these are all the client specific requirement. Okay, somebody has created according to their own requirement. Okay, these are all not given by standard SAP. Okay, so according to client requirement, they have given. Let us go inside of that one. In it, we'll take the any example. I was mentioned about document type SA will be used for to post my GL account documents. We need to understand like this. Then what is the number range for this one? 01. What is the use of this number range? How it will be interlinked? Okay, let me show you the example here. Either you can go by in this way also. Okay, let us go by this way. Now click on number ranges. I'll give any one of company code here. Interval C. Now 01, which is being maintained for 2022 financial year, and also the document types will be maintained year on yearly basis. Okay, each and every document number ranges will be maintained yearly based on year. Okay, now you can see here the 01 number range. For this number range, it has been assigned, okay, for 2022 financial year. This is the number range which has been assigned here. Remember, okay, I will explain about later internal and external. Okay, now first is the document type, it contains a number range. Then the second thing is that reversal document type. What is mean by reversal? In SAP, let us assume one user has posted a document in the system. The document value it contains is a 10,000 rupees. But instead of 10,000 rupees, what user did? User posted only the 1,000 rupees. Okay, so he missed 10. So due to the fact, okay, so the completely the document value is a wrong value. Okay, so in that situation, what we need to do? In SAP, there is no option to delete the document once you post into the system. So what you need to do, you need to reverse the wrongly posted document. Then we need to feed the corrected, I mean, we need to enter the correct document once again into the system. That is what the reversal document is. During the reversal of document type SCA, the system will reverse, I mean, system will post a new document with AB. Okay, this we will see that one. Account types allowed for whenever I am using this this document type, what kind of for what kind of accounts the document type to be allowed. One is asset, customer, vendor. Okay, all account types are selected here. Okay, controls. Okay, net document type, customer check and vendor check, and negative posting permitted. Okay, intercompany. Okay, enter trading partner. Okay, these are the controls which are having at document level. And a reference document number, I'll keep it as a document header text is a mandatory. Okay, reference text number is a mandatory. Okay, so okay, reference number and document header text. Okay, I'll keep it one is the active. Okay, so and also remember the document types are at client level. It's not the company code specific. Okay, so now for one company code, for number range one, okay, I have maintained, okay, this number range. Let us see. So for another company code, I may maintain different number range. Okay, there is no rule, okay, to maintain the same number range for each and every company code. Okay, so I will maintain different number ranges. Then those are the controls are available. Now, and also the document is a proof of a business transaction. Okay, and also I'll mention the document. If I would say it's a proof of business transaction is called as a is is called as a document. So now you have a physical copy, okay, in your hand, but that need to be entered into the system, because with help of that with help of that information only, which you are going to prepare your financial statements. Okay, so when I say the financial statement, it's a profit and loss account, balance sheet, whatever it may be. Okay, so for this purpose, we must have to enter the documents into the system. Okay, now the number ranges. Okay, let us understand document we have discussed about the number ranges. Okay, as I mentioned, the description itself, we have discussed about the document types. Now let us discuss about the number range. Now, first the point number one would be a number ranges. Okay, so the number ranges are, I mean company, I mean the number ranges are company code dependent. Company code dependent. Then number ranges are year specific. So year specific in the sense, each and every financial year we must have to maintain the number ranges. Okay, how to maintain the number ranges? There are different ways are there. Either you can maintain by manually for each and every document type, or if you are using the same number ranges for upcoming financial years, you can copy the number ranges. Okay, let us discuss about then. Number ranges are year specific. Okay, year specific or year dependent. Year dependent. Then must maintain number range interval. Okay, we must have to maintain number ranges. Then number ranges are two types. Number ranges are, I'll mention is straightforward types. Number one is a internal number range. Internal number range. The second one is a external number range. Okay. What is the difference between internal number range and external number range? Okay, now I'll put it here. Okay, fine. So the internal number range in the sense, when we talk about internal number range, okay, what system will do? System automatically, it will pick up the number range. Okay, so now the number ranges are automatically recorded or saved. Okay, I mean by automatically by the system. If the number range is an internal number range, let me go here. You can see here, let me give you the small example here. Now this number range number one, which already utilized is at 50 number range. 50 documents were posted in the system. Let us assume if the document type has, so okay, now 50 document types, 50 numbers are utilized. The next available number is a 51. At the time of posting, what system does is a system automatically, it will allocate the next number for the next document. Okay, 51 will be allocated by system automatically. This is the internal document type. I mean, internal number range. Okay, system itself, it will pick up. If it is the external number range, we must have to specify the number range by manually. Okay, which number range we want to key the at the time of posting. So that is the reason you can see here most of the document so are maintained as a internal number range only. I mean, I did not select it anywhere the external number range. Okay, that is the difference between internal and external. Let me show you that one practical example. Okay, so now this is for A001, the company code. We'll see that one. B. post dash 02. Okay, how it is going to work? Okay, so the let me give the previous year date 01 0 01 03 23 23. Okay, document type I'll give A001. The current is 0103 2023. Because why I am giving the previous year? Because the previous year related. Okay, the system. Let me take this. Posting period is not yet open for this one. Okay. Okay, we'll see that one. Okay, the practical example. Okay, anyhow, we are going to see in our sessions itself. Okay, again, why we need to see all these things at this moment. Okay, so this is what the importance of the okay number range. Okay, now let us coming to the posting keys. Posting keys are the okay. Posting keys are used to. Now let us think about we have document type and a number ranges. Now, if I am posting a business if I am posting any document in the system, which line item is a debit, which line item is a credit? That is the most important thing in accounts. As per the accounting standards, if the line item and if the document value, debit and credit value will be equal, then only the system should allow users to post a document. There is a fundamental rule, okay, in accounts. The same concept will be applicable here also. Okay, while posting a document, okay, first of all, the posting keys are the, I'll put it here. The posting, the posting keys are used to identify the types of line items, types of line items, line item, okay, line item transactions, and 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 the posting keys, and these are and posting keys are two digit two digit numeric keys, two digit numeric keys. Okay, now which entry will be debit, which entry will be credited? Okay, we need to understand. Okay, the posting keys control. Okay, the posting keys differentiate. Okay, the posting keys differentiate debit, debit and credit. Debit and credit. Okay, debit and credit. Okay, which entry is relevant for debit and which entry is relevant for credit, and it controls the account type. It controls account types. Okay, so account type is a whether it is a GL related, or it's a vendor related, or it's a customer related, or it's a asset related. Okay, it will control by automatically. Then field status of the posting key. Okay, the field status control at two level. One is at GL account level. Okay, one is at posting key level. We have already discussed about the field status group of the okay GL account. Okay, so the field status group which we are going to map in the we have created, then those field status groups need to be assigned in the GL account level. That is the level number one. Then the next level would be at the posting key level also. We will have the okay controls. Okay, what is meant by posting keys? Let me show you that one. Here you can see here. These are the posting keys. 40 is a debit for GL account. 40 is a debit, 50 is a credit. If I go here, see now you can see here, there are different, I mean, multiple posting keys which are given by the SAP system. Okay, based on the requirement which you can see. Now this is the account type. C, I mean, wherever you can see is the, I mean, the customer related, where you can see here is the, okay, V is the, I mean, where you can see here, it's a vendor related. Okay, so now you can see here, okay, this is the vendor related. Then this is the G is the GL account related. Okay, where you can see here. Okay, A stands for asset related. Okay, different account types level what they have given. M is a material related. Okay, so these are the posting keys. Okay, sometimes we may enter the posting keys by manually. Sometimes the system will determine those posting keys automatically and it will post a document. Okay, we will see that one going forward. Now we have discussed about posting keys also. Okay, so what else is pending? So based on the, I mean, baseline configuration, most of the cases we have completed the all baseline configuration related. Now, up to now, we have completed the baseline configuration. Baseline configuration. Then once the configuration, baseline configuration will be completed, let us think of the scenario. Now I want to bring the changes from development client to quality system. As we discussed in the beginning session, how we can feed all our business the customization settings. The customization settings will be recorded into the transport request. Remember one thing, I just forgot to mention one thing. Note for document types. While creation, number ranges for document types. Remember the system will not generate any transport request. Remember, for document types, whenever we are maintaining the number ranges, okay, so the system will not generate any transport request. Okay, for document type and a number range maintenance. Remember, this is the important point for you. Even this is the interview question also. Okay, to confusion, what they will ask. Okay, can you able to generate document type, I mean transport request for document number ranges? You need to say them, obviously no, but there is an option, even we can generate transport request, but we cannot transport the number ranges between the clients. Okay, what we need to do, we must have to maintain them by manually, or you can copy. If it is the same client, you can go for the copy. Remember that. Then now what we have done, we have done some customization settings. Now the next thing is that okay, now we have completed baseline configuration. Then what we need to do, we have decided that the changes have decided that the development system or development system changes need to transport or need to move, need to bring into quality system. Then how you can bring this one? Okay, we have discussed about the with help of the transport requests, we can bring the changes or we can move the changes between the clients. Now, let me think. Now, let us see that one. /n, go to transaction code SC10, go to transaction code SC10, then display that one, then display the one. Okay. Now, let us see that one. See, this is the transport request what we have created for our configuration, for our customization. Okay. So now here I'm just going back here. See, now transport requests are the two types. First of all, one is a customization request, another one is a workbench request. Okay, I'll put it here. Okay. So now we are discussing about transport requests. Now we have two types of TRs, transport requests. One is a customization request. Okay, customization. Another one is a workbench. Now, what is the difference between customization transport request and workbench transport request? Okay, so the customization request, this will be generated at the time of remember, functional consultant configuration. So what we have done, all the configuration settings, okay, has been associated into this transport request with the customization transport request. Okay, so now I'm not doing any code changes. Okay, what is meant by the workbench? Okay, the workbench request will be generated at the time of program changes. Program changes or it's a screen changes. Okay. Okay. Program changes, in order to run one screen, then what we need to do, we would require some code changes in the system. Okay. Then in such situation, the workbench request will be generated. Okay. Most of the cases, the workbench request will be generated. Okay. Program changes, and this will be for ABAP consultant or technical consultant. I would say technical consultants. You can see this is the functional consultants. Customization request would be a. Then the workbench request would be for the technical consultants who is going to do the program changes at backend level. Then how to release the transport request? Just give me 1 minute. So I'll finish the session. Let me display this one. Now remember, now if I want to release this transport request, if I go inside of this one, see whatever the activities we have configured, you can see tolerance groups of GL account, chart of accounts, maintain physical year, all these are under this transport request. If I want to move all these changes into from 800 client to another client, then what is the procedure? Okay, now as I said, release the transport request. Just keep the cursor here. This is the main transport request. Remember, each transport request will have a parent transport request, child transport request. Okay, the child transport request consists of all your customization settings. Okay, now let us see if I want to release this all these changes. If you release directly the parent transport request, the system will not allow you to release that. Let us see. Now see, referencing task, okay, 0071 not yet released. System is telling us or giving instruction, first release this transport request, child transport request, then release the main transport request. Let us see this one. See now, it has been released successfully. Now the system will allow us to release the main transport request. Let me. See now, this is also released. Our transport request, it is not showing under this list. Let me go back, select the released one and display the option. See now, this is our transport request which has been released from this client. So now from which client to which client it has to go, that is not our job. Okay, that will go the job of basis team. Okay, we'll do the configuration, that one. But now this is the way how we need to release the transport request. Okay, from one client to another client or one system to another system. Okay, we'll continue the session by Monday.